to 5,000. Here's the exhaust for the 680. A lot less complicated than the 682. You know, it's only got the one outlet and not the twin, just like the 682 with the KT17. Pretty simple. I welded on a 90. You definitely see it gets pretty hot. I ran the engine probably about 2 minutes or so just to heat up the my whole exhaust stack here before I painted it, because it is a little cold. And took it off and sprayed it, and it looks pretty good. This is the barbecue paint Rustoleum. Let me show you here. This is what I'm using. It says long-lasting finish. It's supposed to be gloss black. It says black. It's supposed to have a shine to it or whatever once it's even when it gets hot. It's only going to look this shiny once. I'll show you the 682 after I get done down here. Very simple. You know, I had to actually make a 6-inch nipple. I cut a piece of pipe and threaded it. But got all the tools to do that. You know, I got the vise here and the actual big threader here. And it all worked pretty good. So I had to cut that. Basically, it was a 6-inch nipple. That came out the tin work here. Got my hole cut in it. It's a little more square because it's right on that hump. Not much I could really do about that where it came out. But got a regular 90 welded on to a 6-inch nipple to another 90. And this is a 4-inch nipple. There's only probably about 2.5 inches shown here, and the rest of it is up in here because it provides support. And obviously right about here is kind of where the muffler with the little vents in it starts. So that pipe sticking up that little bit isn't going to hurt nothing. Like I said, it does provide support for the muffler as doing that. And this is the same muffler I used on the 682. It's a Alice Chalmers muffler from Tractor Supply. It's $30, $29.99. So you buy the muffler, and it basically comes from here, from what you see here, and down here. It works pretty good for my tractors anyways. I just cut off the first like inch because it's got a big old, it's got a slit in it. I think for when you muffler clamp it to the original pipe, it'll clamp small enough. The top has just got a hole in it, small 5/16 hole. But I usually just fill that in with weld and then weld this up. This piece of conduit. This is by about a 6-inch piece of conduit. I kind of guesstimate the angles like I did for the 682, but I had the 682 to follow, so I made it pretty similar. It looks pretty good, and I can't wait to get this on here. But get this on, I'm gonna have to do the whole tractor up just because it kind of looks pretty bad. You can see the fender pan's pretty rusty and whatnot, but I had to take out the headlights to get the tin work out. And just having the thing running for the few minutes that I did, I put my hand here just to see how much airflow we're getting, and it's really throwing the air out. So I don't even know if I have to do any more tin work than this, because you put your hand right in front of the grill here, and it's enough air. It actually blew my hat off. So I was surprised how much airflow these engines actually throw out. And that's why you got to keep this tin work nice and clean. And if I wanted to pull this, now would be the time. I just got to take off this lift bracket. There's a bolt here, and I believe there's a bolt right here, and this piece will come right off now. I might even leave this off just for that reason. I can just loosen the 2 bolts and pull the tin work off. But at the moment, I'm going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to have to re-weld that crack at some point, probably when I do the tractor up. And I'll probably make some kind of tin work when I do that at the same time. I see that this is broken here. I'll have to do that up. And other than some little cosmetic things, this thing doesn't need anything mechanically. It's pretty sound. So, and it actually sounds pretty good with that muffler. It's you don't notice any rattling now because you don't have the broken pieces on the stock air shields or tin work, engine tin works, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, this should be dry by tomorrow morning, or even probably later today. But I won't get to it today. Plus, it's a rainy day, so I'll let it sit overnight, and tomorrow I'll put it on. It only takes a few minutes to put it on, and get some shots with it on, and probably get a video of it running with that on. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I'll show you the 682 exhaust after running it for a little bit. Like I said, the paint does not hold its shine like the paint says, but it's barbecue paint. It's not high temp exhaust paint. You can see just right here how flat it is. This up here is fine. It's actually still shiny, but right here, and there's hot spots on the muffler. Actually, the entire muffler isn't kind of that shiny, but it does definitely work. It hasn't flaked off. So it's not bad paint, but if I were to do it again, I would just buy the regular flat black barbecue paint, because that works fine. This I painted with the VHT. It's very high temperature paint. It's I think it's header paint, and you can get that at Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone. And it works good too, but I think it's a little bit more money. But this can, I think, was $8, so I don't think it's really that much more money. If I got a flat black can, it would have been $7. So I would go with a flat black. I wouldn't even bother with a gloss, because it is going to fade when it gets really hot. So those are my 2 cents, and at least save somebody $1, because you're not going to get that gloss black shine like they say you will. So here's the exhaust. Here's the 680. I got to put the headlights back in it, put the other panel on, and then come springtime, be taking it apart and redoing it. Oh, hey guys, stay tuned for a video with this on, and let's see how it sounds. See you guys later.